Hi, we've broken out the mic. The crowd's building up here at the Central Utah Arts Center here in Ephraim, and we're talking with artist Adam Larsen, who's going to tell us a little bit about his work here, Spit Propulsion.
Well, this piece is, a lot of my work deals with childhood and things that I remember from my childhood. So this whole piece, all these gauges and everything, nothing really works. It's all based on your imagination and pretend, basically. So as you look at it, the lips are actually related to the air pressure. The lungs are related to the fuel, O2, because that's where the fuel comes from. The hands related to the altimeter, because as you're flying your airplane, you're actually changing the altitude based on that. And then the airspeed deals with the feet. So faster you can run with your airplane, faster you're going. So
Would you, I don't think you'd want to run with this, though, would you?
Probably not. Probably not. But I did make my son an actual airplane that's very similar.
Show us some of the interactivity of this particular piece here.
Okay.
In other words, we want you to play with your book for us.
I want to play with my own toy.
Yes, play with your own toy.
Well, there is. It's been in Arkansas where it's a little more humid, so this is a little bit sticky right now. But the propeller actually will spin, but you have to make it work. It doesn't work on its own. There's an on switch, but nothing happens. You have to create that. And as it opens up, you have, of course, the roll and the yaw and the pitch, so the airplane can, do its thing. So basically kind of the basic aviation controls. And then, of course, the PSI gauges do nothing because it's all based on imagination. And then, of course, the pilot's wings on the backside. So, and it's constructed to be very much like the inside of a cockpit of a small airplane, small aircraft. So.
Now, this was in a show recently about artists and toys, right? Tell us about that.
It was in a show called Toys Designed by Artists. It's put on by the Arkansas Arts Center, and it's an international exhibition that they do every year for the past 35 years. So, and I was in that the last 2 months. So.
And where can our audience go and check out more of your work?
They can look at my work online. I show quite a few times at the University of Utah. They also own a couple of my pieces up there. I try to get in as many local and regional exhibitions as possible, but you can go online to worldwideweb.snow.edu and go to the art link, and you can check out a lot of my work on there.
And if they want to Google you, who do they need to punch in there?
If they want to Google me, probably just Adam Ned Larsen.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us. I keep forgetting I have this microphone. I need to get in the habit of this. Thanks for talking with us, and enjoy the show. Good luck. Alrighty, we're talking with another one of our local artists, Dale Peel, who lives right in the neighborhood in Mount Pleasant. Dale, tell us a bit about your work here.
Well, the title is Cypress. I like cypress. I just learned that in Italy that cypress is the sign of death. Oh my. Learned that from the juror. I've enjoyed Van Gogh's cypress paintings, and that's a major reference. But in my furniture making, I use cypress periodically. It's rot resistant, so kind of the opposite.
You beat me to my next question. I was going to ask you, should you use cypress in your furniture making? Yes, he does.
Yeah. Well, for exterior furniture. So if I do an Adirondack chair, I'll use cypress. The patinas that I put on my furniture are somewhat related to the surface of the painting here. So if I'm doing an aged patina, I'll have multiple layers, in fact 10, 12 processes that I'll go through to make it look aged. And actually the paintings came before the furniture, so the process that I'm using on the furniture is somewhat derived from the paintings. But I will layer paint here, rub it out, layer it again, I'll obliterate the whole thing, rub it off. So, I have bits and pieces of color remaining and pattern and kind of a visual texture.
And we see the grain also of the wood itself coming through as well.
Yeah, which is fine with me. We've got a damaged panel here, which is fine with me. I didn't damage that intentionally. Sometimes I do.
And sometimes it works.
Yeah, so it should, I like to have the process show. I like to have the edge of the painting show so you can make it a little less precious. So
Well, thanks for talking with us, and good luck in the show. And thanks for your time. All right. Okay, this is going to be an interesting interview. We're here with Adam Bateman, whose installation here at the Central Utah Arts Center is a video project. Tell us about this, Adam. This is really unique. We're actually kind of part of it right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there are a few things going on. First of all, Robert Smithson made what's perhaps the most important sculpture in American art history, and it's in Utah in the Great Salt Lake. And it's been a really inspiring piece of art for me, and I think it's really great. And so part of it was a tribute to Smithson. Smithson also made a making of video that's really, really cheesy. And this is sort of maybe poking a little fun at Smithson too. So I got a little bit of like tribute to Smithson and also poking a little fun at Smithson going on. Additionally, there's kind of a tradition in contemporary art right now about creating ambiguity of scale through video and photography by making models and photographing them so they look real and large, or also making real large things look like models through the use of a lens and photography. And so that's also something that's happening with this piece, is I'm trying to create an ambiguity. So these are toy tractors that are digging through the sand and loading them into trucks and driving them to the Great Salt Lake and building a spiral jetty, my own little version of the spiral jetty.
Well, it is one of the more unique works here at the show.
Here you can see it actually dumping the dirt into the lake. Smithson was involved in a movement in sculpture in America called minimalism, and he's sort of like the back end of minimalism, and they started really asking questions about the role of an art gallery in art. So how does an art gallery inform art? And part of the thing about that is they started like looking about what happens when you make art outside of an art gallery, if you make it in nature. And it had to do with asking questions of scale as well. And so they were making these giant, like enormous pieces of land art where they'd actually carve right out of a mountain or build a jetty into the Great Salt Lake, these giant sculptures. And it was involved in this whole debate about the questions of scale and about the questions of the role of an art gallery in art. Some of his contemporaries were doing things like choosing dirt from a specific site and taking the dirt and filling the entire gallery with dirt from that site. And it was about the specific location and the meaning of that location and what happened to that as it was transported to another place. And so I guess that part of the exploration of scale here has to do with
I'm getting a little vertigo here.
Yeah, I know,
being right up there.
Around, and it was crazy.
Okay, Adam Bateman here at the Central Utah Arts Center. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good luck.